Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we're watching another episode of She-Hulk, episode 7. We have two more after this, and that's it. Hopefully there's another season. I don't know if there will be. I don't know if we're going to transition into movies. I'm excited either way. More She-Hulk, whether it is in big format or small format. I really love these episodic adventures, the little procedurals that we get. And it's not just a lawyer show. I know that they were saying like, hey, it's a lawyer show, but there wasn't much lawyering going on with Jen last episode. And the way she was treated at the wedding. I don't know why she was invited because it didn't even seem like the people wanted her there. But like, can we all agree that like we want Jen for our best friend? She's awesome. We want She-Hulk to be in our wedding. And three, like if I'm on a dating app and I'm a dude and I see Jen come across that app, I'm messaging her. Like she's not only like just like a quirky little personality, but she's smoking hot. And it's hilarious that they're trying to paint her in the show that she's not. It's just not believable. But Tatiana does such a great job acting and being awkward and like really making you feel like she's feeling that she's not like good enough as just Jen, that like she has to be She-Hulk. And that's sad, but I love the way that she's being able to portray it in a way that is very believable. Like we get it. Like we feel bad for her. We're like, "Ah, I can't believe no one wants to date Jen." And it's like, wait, we know in real life people would want to date Jen. Like what are we doing to ourselves? But I appreciate the acting. I really, really do. We definitely got more from Titania last episode, and again, I don't know if she is working with, alongside, in adjunct to the Wrecking Crew. We were left with the last episode with Intelligentsia being kind of this entity. Now, in the comics, I've heard that is like a big bad in the comics. So I'm glad that they brought it in. A lot of people were saying that they had to wait for such a long time to have the big bad being introduced, and I was like, I had no problem with the way that it was introduced because there was like fun things. It wasn't boring. There wasn't anything about the show that like dragged. Like there's a show I'm watching currently that it just drags. And for me, like I like having like little tidbits of Jen, little tidbits of She-Hulk, little tidbits of other characters, as long as it's entertaining and it gets us from point A to point B to point C to point D, right? And having the big bad finally introduced last episode, and I think the last three episodes we're probably going to launch more into that because obviously there has to be a way to get to Daredevil. Like I think somebody had said in like a trailer like Frogman was in the trailer. I don't know who that is. So like there's other characters need to be introduced. I still feel like we're not done with Wong. We're not done with Emil Blonsky. I feel like it's all gonna culminate and come to a head in those final couple episodes, which is really exciting because I love all of these characters. I love watching them interact with each other. I love the storylines. Like we want more Madison. Like who thought that like the drunk Valley girl was gonna be like the highlight of one of the episodes? Like her and Wong together were just amazing. So I love what they're creating with the show. I also love that they pre-troll people. They already know what's going to be on the internet. Like the last episode, they start off with like, "Hey, this is a self-contained wedding episode." Like, I bet you thought you're gonna see Daredevil, haha, and we already knew you were gonna have a problem with it, so we're already putting it right out front. Like, quit your bitching. I wasn't bitching. I was bummed. Like I was just like wanting I was wanting some Daredevil. It's gonna happen. We know it's gonna happen, so no reason to get our panties in a twist. Although my panties were in such a twist, I would just like Charlie Cox, like just he's wonderful, and as Daredevil, he's amazing. And a lot of people said that like the Netflix show isn't really canon, and we're not really going to get the same Matt Murdock. I would argue that Charlie's probably going to play him the same. But I would hope that we would kind of get away from like kind of like the cartoonish Wilson Fisk that we got in Hawkeye and kind of meet halfway in between of the darkness that we got from the Netflix series. We don't have to go full Daredevil that we got in that series, but like, a nice blend. A nice blend. But I'm excited to see where this goes next. I don't necessarily trust that Josh that she met at the wedding is all good. I don't know if he's all bad either. He might be conflicted. We might not ever see him again. He might be a prominent figure in the next couple episodes. I'm not sure. We did get a little bit of Mallory and Nikki in the last episode, and they worked really well together. I really like seeing Nikki in her element and like her kind of delving out everything to all the ex-wives and figuring out exactly what they wanted out of the situation and getting that for them. And you see Mallory even being impressed by her and treating her like an equal, you know, when she like tells her to like come on, like sit in the chair, like sit next to the client, like it's fine. You know, like she was treating her, I don't want to say better than what she's been treated, but like you could tell that like Nikki wasn't really accustomed to being in that sphere, and I really like Nikki. I really like Nikki. We got to catch up with Pug. We don't necessarily have to catch up with Dennis, but I feel like we're going to at some point. What's Emil up to? What's Wong up to? Madison. You know, if we don't, no big deal. But where's Daredevil? I'm just gonna throw that one out there. But I'm really anxious to kind of get into this and get more of that intelligentsia story, to get more of the story about her blood, because it's been featured in a lot of episodes. It's featured in the comic book. Like where's that going from here? Uh, I'm excited. I'm excited. So, guys, I'm not going to waste any more time. I'm so excited to watch this show every week. I get up to film at midnight and I am energized. And that doesn't happen with a lot of shows, but definitely this one, like I get geeked to watch. It's like the highlight of my night. It really is. I love watching Tatiana do her thing. I love watching She-Hulk be her thing. I love this whole show, and for people who don't like it, that sounds like a you problem. Definitely a you problem. Okay, guys, let's get into it.
Your first case is the parole of Emil Blonsky, also known as Abomination.
We're going back to Emil.
Previously on She-Hulk.
Uh-oh.
He plans to open a meditation retreat.
We hereby grant Mr. Blonsky's release on parole.
Oh, this episode's called Retreat.
I am Josh.
Jen.
You better be a good one, Josh.
With a beautiful woman.
She-Hulk is amazing. Yeah, I just want to be amazing today.
I think you're pretty great.
It better not be a manipulation. She's so stinking cute. Oh, please don't be an a-hole. Handshake. Handshake. Not even a hug? Look at how cute she is. Kiss. Kiss. I love those texts. Come on. Ooh. Okay, that went from like no kissing to like getting it in. Okay, okay. Good for you, girl. Oh, please be making her breakfast. Makes me so happy. He better not be a jerk. Yeah, hold off on that.
Tell me you were nominated for Female Lawyer of the Year?
Why not Lawyer of the Year?
I don't care what a bunch of losers say about me online. Can't even say it
She
to my
doesn't.
face because they know they get Hulk smashed. No, I'm waiting for a text.
Trolls.
Okay, that's enough for you. You need to set a limit so that you don't keep checking that during work hours.
Smart.
Why can't he just text me back? Why is that so hard? There's literally no reason in this day and age to not respond to a text.
He could.
It's very true. Oh no. Jen. Girl, stay busy. Don't think about it. Stop. 100% been there. Hulk out. I hate that when I get a Twitter update and I'm expecting a text message. Drives me crazy.
Hello?
Jennifer Walters. Chuck Donnellan.
Emil Blonsky's parole officer.
Chuck.
Mm,
I can't imagine you calling me on a Sunday is good news.
You got that right.
at all.
Malfunction alert on Blonsky's inhibitor.
Oh. Did he turn into the abomination?
We don't know.
We don't have the resources for a squad of uniforms to go with me, so
He needs backup.
my chances of staying out of the ICU would be much greater if I had a Hulk there with me.
Mm-hmm.
It's very true.
Hey, I'm not.
Yeah, hang up. Josh better be dead. Girl. Oh. I would totally jam with Jen. I love her.
Definitely malfunctioning. I don't know why.
Come to think of it, I did get a jolt from an electric fence earlier. Princess Silkfeather was stuck.
Your favorite chicken. Yeah.
Princess Silkfeather?
Oh my god.
Oh god. Who the hell is this? Or that? Thank you, Jen.
What the hell is going on?
Two men working through their resentments in a safe environment, Jen.
Sorry.
Okay.
Manball, it was a weird lab experiment. Don't ask.
And I am El Águila.
El Águila and Manble.
I am not a matador. That would make the two of us fighting pretty cliche.
Yeah.
A life presents a teacher when there's a lesson to be learned, Jen.
Uh-oh. She needs a lesson.
Give us a push to the garage, would you?
Do I look like a mechanic? My name is Manbull, not Mechanical Bull. Woo.
Wow. How long have you been waiting to say that?
Yeah, that felt very forced.
Yeah, very much.
Tow truck won't get here until later today.
How is that fantastic news?
I feel like she needs a break anyway.
Yeah, this is not how I want to spend my day. Maybe it's how you need to spend your day.
Ooh.
Clearly, you're not in a teachable mood right now, and I do respect that. So,
Aww. He's gonna teach her anyway.
I don't want to be judged, I just want to be me.
Oh, hell yes.
Ooh.
you remember El Águila and Manble?
Uh-huh.
This is Porcupine. He's a porcupine. And
Oh.
Saracen thinks he's a vampire.
Thinks he's a vampire?
Manbull and El Águila have been spending a lot of time together. I'm feeling like maybe it's not healthy.
Mm-hmm.
Remember how we talked about vulnerability and how important it is to the process? Taking your suit off would be a great first step.
Uh-huh, yeah.
Yeah.
Let's do that.
Want to take your suit off today?
I just feel safer with it on. Thank you.
Okay.
No way.
Jen, please.
Really needed it though. I was hurting for a yurt.
That guy's here?
Yeah.
Previously on this guy.
I remember.
Strut around, showing off your powers. You better be able to back it up.
Fair enough. He attacked her.
Darling, I'm going to need you to sit in the calming chair right now.
Calming chair.
Fine. As soon as I'm out of there, I'm gonna rip this guy to shreds.
Oh, hold on. That is not how we work through our issues around here.
Okay.
I'd love to work through our issues if you'll let me.
Is that a manipulation?
I didn't need a magic crowbar to give me a false sense of power. All it did was make me and my boys act like idiots, rolling up on you like we were some supervillains or something.
Oh, you attacked a woman 4-1. You absolutely were super villain.
Yeah.
And I take radical accountability for my actions, and I'm very, very sorry.
Oh my god. It seems like a breakthrough. He's very sorry.
Sarcasm.
Wow. Henderson clearly has some stuff going on.
Anything? You want to get off your chest?
Nope.
Josh.
You are glued to that thing.
I met a guy, Josh, at a wedding. I haven't heard from him, and now I can't stop thinking about it. Okay?
When's the last time you talked to him?
3 nights ago, when we...
Made love.
So, how many dates?
3.
Well, what was the last thing you texted him?
That was fun. I can't stop smiling.
Oh, my
Yikes. Yikes.
What do you mean, yikes?
Smiling? It is thirsty and a cliche.
You said game on, and he didn't respond.
Yeah.
Getting a little worried. Just want to know you're okay.
Oh.
Blushing smile emoji.
I'm with them. Cringe.
It's freaking out, okay?
It's like a real bad look.
I know it's a bad look, Manbull. I don't need you to point out my obvious mistakes. I have my mom for that.
Oh.
Considering the very real possibility that you were ghosted.
Or he wanted your blood.
No, not that.
Man, stop.
I think maybe he did want her blood.
I met him when I was Jen, and he liked Jen. Like, you think life would be so much easier if I were that person. And I can turn into that person anytime I want to. And everyone pays attention when I'm this. Like, my colleagues, my boss, guys. Would they like me if I didn't have all of this? Like, if I was just Jen. Some of them don't. And that sucks for Jen, because Jen is great.
She is great.
All right, screw this guy. Where does he live?
That's right, he's got a guy.
Oh, big man, please. No, Mandel's correct. Josh has made an enemy of this entire group.
I love it. I love it.
Right!
That's awesome.
Wow.
Let's go find this Josh guy and suck out all his blood.
Yes. Oh. It's extreme.
Jen is hurting, and all we can offer her is violence?
Whatever, dude. You probably put him up to it.
Well, for one thing, I'd say you can't control what other people do.
Mm-hmm.
It hurts when someone rejects us.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe this Josh thing hurts so much because you haven't been spending enough time with Jen.
And that's a shame, because I bet Jen is pretty damn great.
Oh.
And tasty.
Whoa. Whoa.
There's a group of guys right here who would love to spend time with Jen right now.
Oh, it's gonna make me cry.
So maybe you can stop using She-Hulk as a protective shield and trust us with Jen.
I wouldn't trust that guy with Jen. It better not be a manipulation.
Felt really good, Porcupine.
Come on, buddy.
Oh, my God. It smells like a fart.
Too much.
It smells like a fart.
If Josh isn't spending time on Jen, then Jen doesn't need to be spending time on Josh.
Very true.
Delete it.
Delete it.
Come on.
Delete it. Delete it. Delete it.
Really?
You just should put a little X in front of it so it's at the very bottom. So if he ever does text you, you can just
Delete it. Delete it.
look at it and go, nah.
I can't believe I'm gonna say this, but I'm hurting for a year.
Oh. She's gonna come out of here a changed woman or just sweaty. I still don't trust that guy.
Bye, Jen. We love Jen and She-Hulk, the gang. That's nice.
When it says gang, it's not literal gang. I mean, just make sure you make that clear to the people. Everyone we meet, no matter how much they hurt you, is a lesson learned.
Facts. Oh no. That sucks. Yeah, we knew. We knew. Damn it, no after credits. They teased us with it for such a long time. Okay, so I don't think any of us really believed that Josh was a real thing, and that kind of really sucks because Jen deserves to have somebody that really likes Jen, which shouldn't be hard. It shouldn't be as hard as it is in the show. I do love that like Emil is actually very therapeutic for her and for the rest of the group. Like El Aguila and Manbull, like Manbull I actually really like adored. I thought he was like a really great character. The El Aguila guy was he was a bit over the top, a little much, but he had like the cool sword. So I would like to see more of him actually. I'd like to see him in actual action, like not stabbing bulls, but like people that are bad, maybe. And I really like that, like, that Saracen is like in this group and he's a vampire and he keeps talking about taking her blood. And I was just like, that's like the theme of like the rest of the season. So like, I hope like you don't do that. Um, mm, mm, mm. And of course Wrecker being there. I still don't trust the fact that he like attacked her and he was part of the wrecking crew and all that. Like I don't trust that his intentions were 100%. I do like that he was kind of there for Jen and like helped her kind of in that therapeutic moment. I thought at any point he was going to like stab her and take her blood. I wasn't sure if Josh had already done it, and I'm glad that they were like 3 days earlier. But I don't know how he got her blood. I mean, I can imagine how he might have gotten her blood, but like I'm glad like they don't allude to how he did that. Yuck. But the fact that, he's from Intelligentsia and he's copying her phone and like that's a bummer. That's a big bummer. And I was like, wow, she's not even gonna kiss him. Like, you know what? I'm glad she made him wait 3 dates. Mm. I don't ever kiss on the first date, but like maybe a hug. And maybe a kiss on the second date, depending on the conversation. But yeah, they were really cute together, and that's really upsetting. Screw you, Josh. Now, I don't know if this was a setup at all because we don't know why Emil's like inhibitor malfunctioned and brought Jen there. I don't know if that was the plan. And like the whole time I'm like, it's the plan. It was to get her there. And like now with Wrecker being here, like that totally makes sense. And I was like, is Emil like in on this or whatever? And I still don't fully trust Emil. Like I like him as a character, and I like this like style that like they're going like the whole namaste thing for him, with like mastering his emotions, and he's helping others do the same, and like working through their shit and their codependency. I think is like awesome. I really liked Porcupine. I was really happy he took his mask off. But I don't completely trust it. Especially, it's like just like, oh, okay, the Abomination has a retreat and Wrecker shows up, and it happens to be the same weekend that Jen is brought there under mysterious circumstances. Oh, what do you know? She just hooked up with Josh, who took a sample. So, like, she's out of town for like a day. Like, so, like, once she gets back into town, I'm wondering what's going on and where that's leading. No Daredevil again. Like when it happens, it's gonna happen. Like no big deal. Like we're good. But I'd like to know where it's going. Now, I will just say with the whole dating scenario thing and the phone, like I think we've all been there when we're just like anticipating a message from somebody. And I would just tell you, as my own personal advice, is don't lie and say you're busy. Actually make yourself busy. Find yourself some hobbies, find something to do so you are not waiting pins and needles for somebody's phone call or for their text message or whatever it may be. Like I get to pour a lot of myself into the channel. I have a lot of hobbies that I do otherwise, whether it's my plants or painting or whatnot. So, just keep yourself busy and be busy and have your own life. Don't worry about who's on the other end of that phone because you worry too much about it and it becomes obsessive. We've all been there. That's just my advice. That's dating advice from Funny Little Gal. Ding! That's me sending you a text message to not answer your phone. Don't be so obsessed with it. Now, where this goes from here, hopefully Jen has a newfound kind of love for not only being She-Hulk, but also being Jen. And like, hopefully that like she feels good in her own skin that she doesn't need to be She-Hulk all the time. This like alter ego superhero thing all the time, because like a lot of people are wowed by it and they're amazed by it. But it's such an extreme that like just being yourself is 100% enough. And I hope Jen realizes that. Now, if Josh calls her or texts her, she's gonna have to say like who dis because like she deleted his number. I just put a little X in front of their name and then they're down at the bottom of the contact list. And then if they ever message me, I'm like, oh nope. My evil genius plan. Okay, guys, I'm imagining next week we're probably going to get a little bit more from Intelligentsia, obviously, because they are taking her blood sample or her DNA or just whatever they're using. They now have something to utilize the Hulk gene, utilize Hulk blood, make a Hulk. I don't know. I'm a little worried, not necessarily for Jen, but whoever they tested on ultimately. Hopefully not Titania. I don't know. I don't think that's a thing. I don't know if that's a thing. But definitely interested to see kind of where that goes because I imagine it's not just going to be an annoying website that has a bunch of hate and trolls on it. It's probably going to end up being a little bit more. And I would hope that the people that she now has on her side, like Porcupine and Saracen, Emil Blonsky, Wong, you know, all these people that like they will come to her aid if need be, which I'm sure they will, along with somebody else with little horns. Mr. Murdoch, where you be? Okay, guys, the full-length reaction will be available on my Patreon, as well as full-length reactions to other shows that I am watching, including The Expanse and Sandman currently, as well as movies. Top Gun Maverick will be released later on today, but the full-length reaction for that will also be available on my Patreon. So with that being said, have a good rest of your week, and I'll see ya.